Let me tell you a story. When I was in school, sixth grade, I would be incredibly motivated to study hard. And every single time I would come back home from school, not realizing how to actually focus. And every time I would come back from school, I would want to work. I would want to be productive, but I couldn't. I would have immense level of brain fog to the point I would sit down on my desk. I would open my notebooks, open my books, open the lecture, and I just couldn't focus at all. I would think about X, Y, Z. I would think about random scenarios and I would be in fantasy world. I would not be in the present moment. And for years, I struggled from 6th to 10th grade. I didn't realize how do you focus? How do you work? And nobody in school, nobody in my life taught me how to focus and how to study. Every single time I could think of where I was incredibly happy, I can say one thing that was in common, and that was I was peaceful. I was in a state of mind where I had no thoughts. I was mindful and living in the present moment. I would be the happiest when I'm taking walks in the morning, or when I'm meditating, or when I'm journaling about a problem. And once I jot down all of the things that is in my mind, I would feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and it would feel so peaceful and happy. So, being focused, having no brain fog, not only helps you to be focused and get work done, but it also makes you more happier in the long run. So, it is a crucial video you should focus on. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I have solved this problem completely. And I'm not going to say that I'm the most peaceful person ever and I don't get any thoughts any day. For me, usually, I would get a lot of thoughts from day to day. But compare that to 1 or 2 or 3 years ago, where I had no knowledge about brain fog and how do I focus, I would say I have made a huge amount of improvement and I can focus on a work task, on scripts, on researching for hours. And I would tell you exactly how I did that. If you got any value out of this video, then I would urge you to like the video and subscribe to my channel. That helps a lot. Now let's move on with the video. Number one is diet. Now, half of the people would click away because they think diet and eating food has nothing to do with focus and brain fog. But it is the single most important thing in my life that I changed, that I took control over, and immediately I can see results. When you eat carbs, oats, bananas, random breakfast BS in the morning, you can't focus because it takes a lot of energy to digest that food. If you're taking energy out of your work onto digestion, you cannot focus and you won't be able to devote all of you to the work task. So you will have brain fogs, especially when you eat carbs, especially when you eat bad foods, burger, pizzas, pastas, random shit, oats. Oats is literally so heavy and calorie dense. It will make your brain fog worse. For me, whenever I ate oats, or anything in the morning and I would try to work afterwards, or I would go to the gym in the morning and then I would try to work or focus, I wouldn't be able to focus. I would have immense levels of thoughts, random things I would think of, and I would not be focused and I would have no mental clarity at all. So, diet is something that you need to keep in mind. If you want to have no brain fog, if you don't want to act stupider when you're talking to people, then don't eat any carbs beforehand. Because whenever you're going in a meeting, or when you're talking to people on Zoom calls, or when you're going out with friends, next time I want you to be faster and see the difference. When you're fasted, when you're not digesting, all of your brain power and all of your energy is devoted into the conversation with your friends, with your colleagues, whatever it might be. When you're eating carbs, you would feel stupider, you would feel slow, sluggish, and fatigued. You wouldn't able to think clearly and you wouldn't able to reply properly. As compared to when you're fasted and you're not eating anything before you do a work task or you talk to people. So, diet is the number one thing. Keep that in mind. What you eat is the most important thing when it comes to having a clear, sharper brain. So, think about what you eat, clear your diet, don't eat random BS, and make sure you eat meat, eggs, nuts, all of the healthy things, healthy fats, and a little bit of carbs at the end of the day. Next one is overstimulation. This one is the biggest thing, or one of the main points in this video. Overstimulation is everywhere around us. We are stimulating our brains with cheap dopamine. every single hour of the day. If you look at the average person right now, what is he doing? He's scrolling on TikTok or Reels, getting hits of dopamine every 30 seconds. His focus span is less than that of a fish, a goldfish. How do you think that average person will be able to have a peaceful mental state if he is destroying his brain with so much stimulation? His dopamine receptors are getting flooded, over flooded with so much dopamine. How do you think he or she will have the peaceful mental state and have zero thoughts about it? So, overstimulation is the next point. Eliminate everything that gives you cheap dopamine. It might be Instagram, it might be social media, it might be video games, it might be junk food, it might be Netflix. Eliminate it from your life. Third point is going to be do activities that make you more mentally aware and gives you mental clarity. I would realize that even after doing all of the things I talked about previously, dieting and waking up early in the morning and doing the hardest task first thing in the morning, doing all of it significantly changed my life and made me more mentally aware. But there will be many instances where I would have a lot of thoughts and I didn't realize how to fix it until I started doing a couple of activities that made me at peace, that made me more mentally aware. So, what are those activities? Number one is going to be meditation or NSDR. NSDR is non sleep deep rest. And there's a doctor on YouTube, very famous, Andrew Huberman, and he has this NSDR 10-minute protocol. And I follow it whenever I have too many thoughts in my brain. I'll just follow that. And it's so much fun afterwards. The energy and the peaceful state I am in after following the protocol for 10 minutes, it's insane. So the ROI is huge. So meditation, Wim Hof breathing technique, or NSDR will make you more peaceful and will give you mental clarity. What else can you do? Well, you can go on a walk. You can take a cold or hot shower. You can also journal and dump all of your thoughts and whatever is troubling your mind. So there will be many instances where I'm thinking about a problem, I'm not able to solve that problem. Maybe it's something to do with assignments, too much workload, stress, anxiety. And there will be many instances where I would just open a journal and I would start writing down random things. I wouldn't think about what I have to write down. I'll just start with anything. And after 15, 20 minutes, after writing a couple of pages, the mental state I would be in is blissful. It's insane. I would feel like all of my anxiety is just gone now. And I feel more happier being in that state. So, journaling can make you more mentally aware. And also, there's a billion other benefits for journaling. Dr. Peterson, Jordan Peterson said that if you're thinking and you combine that thought with writing down, you can become the most powerful person ever. So, thinking and writing down is something you should focus on most of the times. So, journaling helps you to do that. It makes you a better thinker. If you want to become an articulate speaker, you have to write. So, whenever you're having thoughts, whenever you are having ideas about something, I want you to write it down. Don't keep it in your brain. Your brain is for generating ideas and inspirations, it's not for storing them. So you have to store them somewhere. Where would you store them? You can store them on your notes on iPhone. You can store them on a journal. So I would recommend that journaling and writing down will genuinely help you to be more peaceful and give you immense level of mental clarity like it did for me. So these are the activities that you can do that puts you in a peaceful, blissful mental state. If you got value out of this video, I would urge you to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you need one-to-one advice on addictions, self-improvement, productivity, hardworking, any problem you're facing, and you need one-to-one advice for that, you can hit me up on Discord or Instagram. Thank you for watching.